This course is starting to become famous for its comebacks. The duck and roll in the previous episode and the Paradox from the first one. Hey everybody, I'm Brendan. Ferrari, the first team showing up today, and they will be facing off against the Corvettes. And 80 Corvette and Ferrari 512 will be the first ones to go. Corvette on the near side, Ferrari on the far. And as they roll out, the question, of course, for this video is, will there be another exceptional comeback, as we've seen in the last 2 episodes on this course? The snake, I like to call it, as it snakes back and forth 4 hairpins, encapsulate 5 long straights. Right now it is the Ferrari, that silvery car way out in front here at the end. A little slow through that final hump, but still with some distance between him and the Corvette, and he will cross with no problem. 8 cars on each team. That leaves 4 rounds, Ferrari and Corvette. Ferrari the black one on the near side. First round, 8 races. Second, 4 races, the semifinals, and then the finals to determine which of these teams will be the best today, and which of these teams will go home empty-wheeled, we'll say. Ferrari on the near side, doing quite well. 3 lengths out ahead as we head to the final hairpin, whipping around that final turn, and the 2 humps, almost bumps actually, in the road. And we'll leave the Ferrari way out in front. No comeback juice flowing quite yet, but we have a long way to go. C6 Corvette and the Ferrari 308, a beautiful Corvette here on the near side. It's bright yellow. Ferrari, was not in the lead through the first straight, but really took it back there into the second straight, and it has a good 5, 6, even 7 lengths now in front of him over the Corvette. Corvette in all its flamboyancy of color does not have much speed to his name right now. Lost the lead early on and will definitely lose the race. Another silvery Ferrari pushing through to the end. Ferrari F40 and the 97 Corvette. F40 and the 97. F40 on the near side here, a bright golden vehicle sporting a nice spoiler there in the back. And the Corvette bright and red and slow into the third straight. In that second turn, very wobbly, and able to hold good positioning there. How will the Ferrari do towards the final straight? He has 2 bumps ahead of him, and the Corvette on the far side there looks to be way behind. There's the next bump, and he slows down a little bit, but still keeps a strong pace. Corvette barely crosses the finish line, matter of fact. Well, nothing you can do if you're on the Corvette's team. Let's just go back out in the next race and see if we can turn it around. Corvette Stingray and the Ferrari F40. Stingray, F40, I believe we just saw an F40 of golden color in the previous race, and now a yellow F40 rolling out into the track. The Stingray, on the other hand, a little bit faster than the previous Corvette racer. In fact, ahead of the F40 into third straight by a few lengths. Can he hold on towards the fourth straight? Right now the F40 at least is keeping pace. Maybe can mount a comeback here as we head to the final straight. Will this be the first comeback of today's race? Maybe! F40, 2 lengths behind, 1 length behind, on the far side, a half a length behind, and he will not be able to make up the ground. He will end up underneath the Stingray as they cross the finish line, and he neared within a half of a car length of making the comeback from about 6 lengths. F40 in the 80 Corvette. But unfortunate for that yellow F40. Gave it all he got, and just could not push to the end. Not enough duck and roll in his wheels that time. Another F40. And Ferraris have been very liberal with their use of the F40 in today's team of 8. We've seen 3 out there at least, and we might see some more. And this F40, a lot more dominant showing that that Corvette is not nearly good enough for round 2. Things might get exciting here as we roll towards round 2, and well, it's another Corvette Stingray and a Ferrari Modena. We've not seen a Modena out there today. We have seen a Stingray in red color, and here's one in white. And as they get going here, close as they are, it's a good time to remind you to subscribe to the Races and Fun channel, so you can catch more of their exciting content. Believe it or not, your favorite commentator also has his own channel. It's called Marble Guy, if you want to check out my content. Stingray, on the other hand, not doing very well. 6 lengths behind. The first Stingray, as I mentioned, was quite a bit better, but this Stingray, ooh, coming back there at the end a little bit, but was still many lengths behind, and he will not advance. Corvette and the Ferrari 308. Ken Lipton has commented on many of the previous videos, really showing his support for the channel and very boisterously thanking me for the commentary. I appreciate that support, Ken Lipton. I notice your comments, and they make me feel warm inside every time. Corvette on the far side, Ferrari on the near, and they are neck and neck to the final straight. The Corvette falling behind the final bump, and it is going to be the Ferrari. Woo! That was very close at the end. Fortunately, unfortunately for the comeback story, it's been close the whole race. Ferrari 6, Corvette with 2, and the next round's at hand. Corvette Stingray and the Ferrari F12. Stingray on the far side, we saw him just able to hold out against the F40 in the previous race. Corvette, quite a fast racer, and was able to hold on and keep a good pace. Ferrari on the near side, we saw this silver Ferrari actually win the first race of the day, and he's coming out not as strong as he should be in round 2. The final straight, will there be any sort of push from the Ferrari on the far side there? The answer is yes, but it's not nearly good enough as he went into that final straight with about 10 lengths behind, and he made it up to about 4, and the Corvette Stingray will easily move on. Got Ferrari F40 and another Corvette. This one's golden in color. And the F40 edging out a little bit through the first straight. The second straight looks to be about a dead heat between the two vehicles. Ferrari keeping pace and holding out the lead, but not for long. Ooh, that straight was bad for the F40, but good for the Corvette. The final turn, and it is the Corvette into the lead. F40 on the far side. Can he make up the ground? Slowly, slowly, slowly. He accelerates. Can he take the lead? I do not think so. That was extremely close, but I saw the light go on for the number 1, and when you see it from the front side, you see the F40 was just a millimeter behind. Unfortunate for that Ferrari. It was a very solid race. Both of those cars probably shaking wheels after the race. Giving each of them kudos for their valiant racing. 2 Ferraris now out on the track, a gold one and a silver. And the question is which one of them will advance? Well, I think the answer is already clear, and we're not even near the end of the track yet. It will be the silver one on the near side, and just found distance and never was challenged. Two more Ferraris. One will be cut down, an F40, the black one, and a Ferrari 308. The 308 started out a little bit wobbly, but is able to gain control back and is dropping speed. The F40 on the far side, sleek in color, and running really well into straight 3. Straight 4 is coming up, and that turn looks very smooth for both vehicles, but not very fast for the 308. Will there be any sort of noticeable comeback at the end? Not so much. F40 holding it through the second bump and holding it through to the end. No sign of the 308 even on camera view. You see the distance between the two on the replay, and it was a true blowout. Ferrari with 2, Corvette with 2. We are tied at 2 as we head to the semis. Ferrari F40 and the Corvette, golden Corvette, the black F40, and Corvette holding on to both of their cars through the previous round. That spells good for the semifinals. Money might be on that gold Corvette right now, starting out a little bit behind and now a dead heat into the third straight. F40, rolling out very nicely into that third straight. A very good hairpin for the F40 and still keeping good pace to straight 5. What about this final turn? And it is the gold Corvette holding the lead. F40 on the far side. He does have the lead back. Here comes the final finish line, and it is the gold Corvette. Push back right at the end. Oh, wow. That was a battle there at the end. Lead change about 3 times between the final turn and the final end of the race, and the Corvettes will just barely take it. Ferrari 308 and the Corvette, and this will decide who will be in the finals. 1 gold Corvette will be racing. The question is, will he be facing one of his own brothers or one of the enemy? Right now, the Corvette on the far side there, losing out into the third straight. Bad hairpin for him. And the Ferrari on the near side just holding by a car length into the final straight. Here we go, the final turn, and now 3 lengths ahead. Any push from the Corvette? It's not happening. They're keeping a good pace, but it's not good enough for a win. And the Ferrari, one of the enemy from the Corvette's point of view, will be the face-off against the golden Corvette. Finals, here we go. First to win 2, as per usual, will be your champion. Corvette, Ferrari 308s. And if you ask me right now who to put money on, I don't know. They are both very equal racers, and as you see through that first straight, it was neck and neck down to the wheel between those two, and it still is keeping pace. Wow, gold Corvette comes ahead by a length, but Ferrari quickly wrapping that back up and evening it out into the 4th straight. What about the 5th straight? This is where it all matters. And it is close. Gold Corvette on the far side by a wheel, now by a hood. Well, now the Ferrari back in front by 2 lengths, and he's got it at the end. Beautiful acceleration after that second bump, and it all went pear-shaped for the Corvette there at the end. They do change lanes. Golden Corvette starting out behind, but quickly accelerating through the lead through the first straight. This is it. The Corvette has to win this race if he wants to push it to a 3rd. Silver Ferrari, far side, now down a few lengths with needed acceleration if he's going to pick it back up. Who's going to capture the lead into the final straight? Silver Ferrari, now only 1 length down with a chance. He's been better through the hairpins than the Corvette. Some acceleration from the Ferrari on the near side there, the far side actually, and he's got it by a length, the final line, and he's got it by half a length. Golden Corvette could not hold on. And that will end it. It will be a sweep here in the finals, and the Ferrari 308 will win it for himself and his team. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Races and Fun.